Good morning, all. This is Wild Weather for LiveWeatherBlogs.com, and this is an early morning update on Sandy. Sandy's making the turn. She is making the turn right now, and you can clearly see if you trace it back. There's the eye feature. She's making the turn, and currently probably on the eastern side of the Gulf Stream, getting ready to cross the Gulf Stream, which is probably about 100 miles wide out here, and look for this to continue to strengthen down to 946 millibars. Wow. Jet stream undercutting the storm here, wrapping it up. It's got nowhere to go but this way. Folks, prepare. If you have any last minute preparations inland in the Philadelphia, Baltimore area, get them done very quickly in the next hour or two. Things are really going to go downhill here between now and, say, noon. Reconnaissance reported maybe even a millibar of 941 millibars. That's tremendously low. The models were initializing at 964 millibars. Like I've been saying last time, my concern was that we're underperforming the storm. Anyone who's letting their guard down along Jersey Shore or even inland and thinks maybe, oh, that's not so bad, the winds aren't so bad this morning, that may not be such a good thing, because that is an indication that maybe the storm's sucking all the energy into the center of the storm, and it's more of a tropical system still than it is a hybrid system. We should see that transformation from hybrid to non-tropical, and when that happens, these winds are going to expand out very quickly, and you're going to go from 25 and 30 mile per hour gusts quickly to 50, 60, 70, and even 80 mile per hour wind gusts. So this is a very dangerous situation. 85 mile per hour winds. She has strengthened up 10 miles per hour, and there is even a possibility that she may even go to 90 miles per hour before any chance of weakening it takes place. This is a very serious situation. Other things going on here. This is the hurricane strike forecast right through basically just south of Atlantic City. I'm going to hone in somewhere between Cape May Point and, say, Ocean City, New Jersey is probably where your landfall is going to be. Then head right over toward Wilmington, Delaware. Anyone on the north side of this, look for a tremendous coastal storm surge of up to 10 feet. On the north side of the track, this is where your strongest winds are going to be in that northeast quadrant. Up in here, Philadelphia down to Atlantic City, winds could easily gust to 80 miles per hour at this point. On the south and southwest side, in this area here, is where you're going to get your tremendous 10 plus inches of rain, and that's already being played out on the radar. Let's take a look at that this morning. This is by the way, is from Intellicast.com. This is just tremendous rains here. Look at this, from basically just southwest of Philadelphia through Wilmington, right down the I-95 corridor, in Chesapeake Bay on the east side of Baltimore and Washington, moving off to the west. This rain here is probably coming down 2.5 inches of rain an hour, and it's just sitting there, folks. This is where that boundary is. The boundary extends, the coastal boundary extends right roughly like this, and all that tropical moisture plowing up and over the top of the cooler, much cooler air, and in some cases dry. Look at the sharp cutoff here. That is just it's just incredible. This is your northern latitude, almost like nor'easter type of setup. Is with combining with a tropical band. Look at this band coming across here. So the flooding rains are going to be south and west of, say, Philadelphia toward Baltimore and Washington, while the strongest wind corridor is going to be right in this area here. I'm not saying let your guard down in New York City either. The winds are going to get up in there as well, because you're going to have that pressure gradient between the strong low to the south and the strong high to the north. So what I was talking about last night, you may be underplaying the pressure gradient thing. Snowing the band right now in Beckley, West Virginia. 1 to 2 feet of snow expected out here. Just an amazing storm, folks. And if you haven't gotten ready and you're on the coast, time's pretty much run out. If you're along the coast, if you're inland, you got about an hour. I would get out there and make sure, if you haven't done so already, tie down any loose items. I went ahead and taped my windows on the east side of my house, northeast facing side of the house, because I have a pretty expansive open land next to my house to go to a park. So here's the hurricane strike zone. This is 2 a.m. looking for moving into right over the top of Wilmington, Delaware. And at that point, point with 75-mile-per-hour winds. That's a very dangerous situation for the Philadelphia area. Um, can't can't reiterate this enough. If you don't have to go out, do not go out. It's a very dangerous, serious situation. All right, I'm going to leave you with the satellite. She has begun to make the return off to the northwest. Anyone who thought I was going out to sea, it is not happening. You can already see, here's your stalled boundary right here. They're separating the jet from the south and the high pressure to the north. This is going to get bad, folks, in the next 6-7 hours. It's really going to go downhill. High tide right now occurring at 8:30 or so along the Jersey Shore. That's the lower of the two high tides. The other one coming at 8:30 tonight is the real higher high tide. And honestly, the high tide that's happening at 8:30 this morning is not going to be able to get out into the Atlantic. We're going to build this water right on top of it. The worst is yet to come. The storm is just beginning. Do not let your guard down and thinking, oh, it's not that bad out here this morning. It's going to get much worse in the coming 3 to 5 hours as Sandy has begun to make its turn. Every hour that goes by will get increasingly worse and worse. And Sandy will barrel right into the South Jersey Shore just to the north of Delaware Bay. That is scary. Everybody, stay safe, stay inside, stay away from the windows. As Rob said, if you want to look out the windows, you might want to look out the window where the wind is not blowing, just in case the windows were to blow out because of the high winds. 941 millibars, folks. That is the lowest pressure that this area here has seen. And if it makes landfall at 941 millibars, which is conceivably possible with a strong jet capturing and catapulting Sandy toward the coast, could be an issue. As she gets out here, though, she will slow down a little bit as she gets into inland. So, stay safe. Sergeant Snow out there, and you're going to be out there and doing your emergency stuff, police work. Stay safe. Brian Lynch out there. You're the firefighters and the volunteers. Stay safe, and hopefully everyone heeds the warnings and you won't have to go out to rescue anyone. This is Wild Weather for liveweatherblogs.com. Stay here for updates as long as you have power, and stay safe.